Okay, today is January the 1st, 2021. And right now at 7:25 p.m. we have a temperature of 48 degrees here in the foothills. The relative humidity is 53%. The dew point is 32 degrees, and we have a barometric pressure of 30.03 inches, which is on the rise. Okay, so right now we're looking at a gigantic right angle imprint on a weather system that's moving right up into Michigan. This is the vortex of that weather system right here. And there's showers, scattered thunder showers all the way from Florida all the way up into Boston. If we go ahead and take a look at the Doppler map, we can see that right here, all the way from Tallahassee, Florida, all the way up the East Coast, all the way up into past New York, into Bridgeport, Connecticut, and up into Boston, where we see the snow right here in Connecticut. And so that system is generating a lot of weather for the entire East Coast. Okay, so now if we go out into the, we'll go out to the West Coast here in a minute. Let's just take a look here and stop this loop, and we can see just how square this right angle is, this rectangular imprint. Take a look at this. This envelope fits perfectly into that contour. And this is not being shown on the mainstream fake news, and there's a reason for that. They want you to believe that carbon dioxide and cow farts and different things like that are causing these very odd anomalies, which they're not. This whole climate change scandal is all about taxing corporations, carbon tax. It's a game. It's a scheme to tax. Politicians want to tax companies over climate change, but this is just out and out criminal activity going on by the deep state who is controlling our weather. And so we see these rectangular imprints routinely. We'll take a look out on the Pacific here in a minute. What happens here is that this activity, this nefarious activity, actually isolates the vortex so that this moisture cannot wrap around into that low pressure area. And so they've there's another little right angle right there. And so they isolate the vortex from the frontal system, and that's what we're seeing there. Look at that. This is hundreds of miles long on the north side, and the same over here and over here. And none of that's being shown on the mainstream news. They're telling you that climate change is being caused by carbon dioxide. That's utterly false. Let's take a look at the East Pacific. We see another right angle up over the Gulf of Alaska right there. Look at that. Hundreds of miles long. That's probably 1,000 miles there. Let's go ahead and stop the loop here, and we'll take a look at that one. See this? Look at that. That's a fairly square, not exactly 90 degrees, but we're up high on the latitudes there. That's another right angle. Then we have another one out over here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the water vapor map, and we can see we have a satellite transmitter which is creating a high pressure area right here. They've installed high pressure, and all this moisture is bouncing off of this high pressure zone and having to move around. Now, Northern California, if we look at the Doppler once again, we can see Northern California is getting some rain, a little bit of rain, but nothing else. But yet we look at the satellite map. Let's see if we can get that loaded up here. So we've got moisture diving down. This is a 200 frame loop, so let's wait till the end of this loop, and we can see the jet stream pushing in. We have this area of moisture moving in. This should be delivering rain. It is delivering rain to the Northern California area. It also should be delivering rain to the Central California area and also Southern California. But we had very heavy chemtrail aerosol spraying today, Friday, and then yesterday, Thursday, and also on Wednesday. So 3 days in a row we've had heavy chemtrail aerosol spraying when we should, in fact, be having rain. So the skies have been sprayed over at between 35 and 40,000 feet. That caps the atmosphere. and it lowers the relative humidity. As I've mentioned, these aerosols they contain aluminum. Aluminum is a desiccant. Desiccants sponge up atmospheric water vapor. Okay, now look at the jet stream pushing in here. This should be delivering rain as well. This is heading right towards Central California, San Francisco area. So those guys up there, those people up there, and you can see here on the Doppler, the current Doppler map is there's nothing going on in Central or Southern California. Up north, we can see the Camino Island WSR88D is busy chopping up and evaporating all the rain in the Seattle area. Also, there's a WSR88D near the Abbotsford area of Vancouver, or rather British Columbia up in Canada. All these pie-shaped cutouts all converge right around, somewhere right around here, just to the west of Abbotsford, I believe. I don't have a list of the Canadian WSR88D transmitters, but we'll have to look into that. So we can see that Washington is getting a lot of rain. Same with Oregon. But nothing much down here in California, where we need it, in Central and Southern California. Nothing going on. All right, let's take a look once again at the water vapor map. We do have rain scheduled for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. The weather controllers are telling us that we will have rain on those days. We'll just have to wait and see. We've only had 1 1/3 inches for the entire year this season. Once again, you can see the high pressure being installed right there. That's blockading everything. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these pressure maps. Here we have the sea level pressure map. We can see all these squiggly isobars. That indicates turbulent airflow at the surface level, which is 0 to 18,000 feet. We should never see squiggly isobars like this. They should be very smooth, like we see up here around this low pressure storm system up in the Gulf of Alaska. This is indicative of manipulation by ground transmitters and also satellite transmitters. So we have a huge high pressure area out here. This is that area I was just showing you that is blockading all the moisture. We were just showing you that right here in this area. Everything is having to steer around that. Again, none of this is shown on the fake news networks. So these squiggly isobars are generated by atmospheric manipulation using either laser or microwave transmitters. So we've got a high over Idaho, we've got a high out here in the East Pacific, and that's not going to allow rain here in California, at least in the southern and central part. Okay, looking at the 500, we see a closed low right over northern Mexico, right here. And we've got low pressure right here, of course, is swinging down. There should be rain moving into California, and also we've seen rain in Washington and Oregon. That's happening, but nothing in southern and central California. Look at here, a closed low right over Arizona and Mexico at the 300 millibar level. Okay, there it is, 300 millibar. We've got a closed low there. We've got a low out here, and we also have a low right out here. Now here's the jet stream map. We can see what's happening. We've got jet stream flow out over Southern California and around into Mexico and out towards the East Coast. This is where that big weather system is moving and dumping all kinds of rain. All right, so that's pretty much the report for today. I want to wish everybody a Happy New Year. It can't get much worse. The restaurant business here in California has been put out of business by a corrupt governor. And if you have not signed the Recall Gavin Newsom petition, make sure you go to recallgavin2020.com and print the petition, which will you can allow, like, there's like 5 names. You can get 5 people to sign on one printed piece of paper. Get everybody you know to sign that petition and mail it in. We have to get rid of this guy. He's destroyed the restaurant business. People out there have spent tens of thousands of dollars to build outdoor dining areas to comply with these ridiculous arbitrary rules about this COVID-19 hoax. Okay, this is just insane what's going on, and this has to stop. You know, people have to start rebelling against corrupt governments. That's their duty. You know, Abraham Lincoln said, you know, that it's your duty to throw off corrupt governments, and it has to be done. So Gavin Newsom's got to go, and the people in Michigan, you know, you have a big problem up there. There's a lot of areas around the country that need to get rid of their governors, and they're all Democrats too, except for we know that one in there's one down in Georgia that has to be gotten rid of. That's a Republican governor down there. He's corrupt. There's a few Republicans in here that are just as bad, and so we're going to find out real fast who our friends are. That is our conservative people. I'm part of the conservative crew, as I've mentioned, and we'll just see what happens in the next few days. If you can make it out to D.C., Washington, D.C. on January the 6th, that would be great. There's going to be a lot of speakers out there. A good show of force will make a point. We've got evil forces at work that are trying to overthrow the Trump administration by voter fraud and by other means. They won't be successful. The Trump will serve another 4 years at least. And there's going to be a lot of people going to jail, I can tell you that. Okay, so we'll just leave it right here and hope for the best. I hope we get some rain on Tuesday and Wednesday. We should have already had about 12 inches of rain. That's all been prevented. As I've mentioned, we've had plenty of opportunities for rain. All this moisture moving in should be dumping rain, but the skies have been sprayed over. Okay, so that's it. We'll leave it right here, and I want to wish everybody again a better new year than last. Okay, that's it.